drunk on the wine and we were missing you. I can remember when you lost your spark. If you listen to your head, then you lost your heart. So do you let it out or do you let it go? Do you do what you want?
What is this? Not him. I mean the weather. Sorry. The shoe fits though, really. What is that? If you like this very wet video, please don't forget to like, share and subscribe. I'm going to have a go at changing number 3 to number 5 as suggested in the comments last night and see if it works. So I've got it in number 3. I'm going to change it to number 5. Taking YouTube Mechanic to a whole new level. Literally taking advice from YouTube comments. Very hard to do with one hand, just so you know. Can we just all view Roy in the background doing all the work? Oh, it's the windscreen. I thought the engine was revving. It's the windscreen wiper going. Right, lights. Camera. Doesn't work. You were all wrong. That was a waste of time. No, I think I don't know whether there's a fuse in here. I can't see how pulling it, because it was actually literally wrapped around this several times. So I don't know. Maybe it needs a new wire. I don't know. I'm just a silly woman. I just don't know. I'll just wait till it's in silage bin, it's dry, and I'll open this little box and see if there's a fuse in it. Roy emptied half the slurry yesterday, and it's now raining, so that was a good call. To be fair, it was getting to the point that we couldn't actually fit any more down. Hence why we had to do it. Come on! So, historically, up until 2009, I know you all like a bit of a backstory, and I don't very often give it, I suppose. I just take the piss. There was a garage in the local town. Roy had this garage for 37 years or something, long time. And Roy had worked at it all his life. I had a child and then went to work at the garage part-time. And it afforded us to be able to be flexible around farming. Now, I farmed here, apart from big tractor work. I fed them, I mucked them out, I did the farming. Roy was at work. Roy had a job to go to make money. All them years of trying to get it out of 1,000 into 530 and like going, like, I didn't realise you just took the PTO off. What? Why did no one ever tell me this? That's what I mean. You're always learning. I'm trying not to get wet. So I started this channel and I started TikTok talking to kids about farming. As in like, this is our crush. This is our cow. This is our bull. Like, that is how it started. And then I progressed to taking the absolute piss, to be honest, and doing quite a lot of just what I fancied. And then it morphed into a YouTube channel that is a cross of both. I have never tried to be taken seriously, if I'm perfectly honest. I'm just doing what I'm doing. So when people say to me, or try and insult me by saying she doesn't do any work, there's always someone behind her doing it, I agree with you fully. 110% agree with you. That isn't insulting to me. Try living with Roy, then you will know what insulting is. Like, I am very used to being able to put and do what I want on social media and just my friends see it, if I'm perfectly honest. The fact that a wider audience is seeing it, I'm having to tailor that to the wider audience, and I'm not used to doing it. So it's going to take a while to get used to. It's also highly embarrassing when people recognise me. So if you do, because some lady stopped me in Starbucks when I took the car for a service and told me that her and her husband watch the channel, and all I could blurt out at her was, is there nothing better on television? Like, what's wrong with a simple thank you very much? I mean, seriously, like, oh my God. What I mean to say is, I am very privileged to be able to take the time to do this while Roy's sat there filling a feeder. Very noisy. I'm also finding it fairly difficult curating what I show you. Now, I am very used to putting things on social media that my friends see and that my circle and my bubble of farming, you know, family understand and having context already. So, for instance, there was a calf in a trough this morning running up and down, and I wanted to video it and say, you can't park there, sir, like we do. But we hadn't scraped the passage, so I didn't. But I find that really sad that I have to not show something because somebody might be offended that the passage hasn't been scraped yet. But in context, it was first thing when we went out this morning, and obviously overnight the passageway gets dirty. Like, that's the bit I'm struggling with. And there's always someone out to there's always someone out to, like, you know, dig the bloody nail in for no reason when you're just showing something really simple and innocent. That is why I do applaud people like Gareth Wyn Jones for just showing it as it is and not caring. Like, really doesn't care. Look at that lamb. I'm not using its leg at all. It's the wet weather, and they're getting little blades of grass in between their feet, and it's scoring them and getting, like, foisty. You know it's wet when you've got ducks living outside your house. These guys here will be going out on, like, the 1st of May, grass day, that kind of thing. They needn't be inside. Obviously not our usual style, but for the last time we're making an exception, and yeah, they just need a bit more time. In the comments yesterday, somebody had asked what we were going to do with Jaffable. He is going straight to the auction, and we are getting our money back for him. So he's going to the auction on behalf of the people that we bought him off, if you will. They're basically giving us our money back, but they're sending him straight to the auction because he doesn't work. And then they also asked what we're doing with Chaz. Chaz is a bit of a sentimental one, so we bred him ourselves, and he's been absolutely exemplary, and I'm not even overstating that. So Chaz ran with about 23 cows this time, and he missed one. But when we got them scanned, the cow had a rip between her bum and her fanny, and it had caused some infection. So that's why, obviously, she didn't get in calf. So he didn't actually miss anything. He's too good to send fat. We don't actually really know. I don't want to lend him out to someone and then him come back in worse a nick than he is now, because if you look at him, you don't want him to come back lesser, do you? Or someone do something stupid and him break a leg or whatever. So ideally we want to sell him as a breeding bull. He maintains condition, like, as a consistent throughout the year. It doesn't change at all. Maybe a little bit beefier on the neck than he is usually here, but he's been fed up all winter. He doesn't chase cows about. He literally just serves them once and leaves them. You don't see him, like, frantically running around after cows. We had his dad, Amos, who was also an example of a bull. I physically sat outside the auction and cried when he went, which is slightly pathetic, but it's very true. The only advantage Chaz has over his dad is that Chaz does not jump fences. His dad was a bugger for jumping fences. He was constantly in Malcolm's next door. He even jumped over into Tom's, where we are now, where the farm is, and bulled a Jersey. How, I do not know. Yoni Central. Would keep him to go on to the Jerseys. I've tried to petition for this But anyone that knows anything about cattle will tell you that the two breeds are very susceptible to yonis, and it would be, I fear, a recipe for disaster. That's the only reason we're not keeping him, and I'm gutted for that. Easy carving, as you've seen, I've carved him. Yeah, no, he's grand. I don't know. We're going to have to have a serious think about what we're actually going to do with him. Not going out to the cows this time. That's it. He isn't going out to the cows. So we're a bit stumped, aren't we? Let's be honest. Like I said, fat prices are crazy, and yeah, we will probably get as much money sending him fat as we would sending him to someone as a breeding animal. But I don't want to see that happen to him, and neither does Roy. But yeah, he's Chaz, isn't he?
Hello. Are you okay? Are you okay?
The reason why he has horns, before anybody asks, he was actually dehorned by the vet, and it just didn't work. That's why we get any stick for it. Mum, for anyone who's interested, is here. Let me show you. Here is Chaz's mum. She's a fair sizable cow, to be honest. She's quite a big lass. I'm only going in so I can show you the actual size of her. Like, she's just, yeah, she's this big. She's a big girl. Bought off a man called Ronnie Walker. He is here. This is Chaz's half brother. Videoing of Chaz's half brother, and also Chaz's half sister is going fat on Monday. So yeah, we just don't want to breed off him. That was all because the bulls. Price is that good. We're transitioning. Like, it's a sticky situation, isn't it? Beast is Chaz's mum. Interesting thing about Chaz, the bit that I like, that there has never been fed up on concentrate food. That's natural. That is just as it is. He's never been pushed on from day one. He's never been pushed on. He's too good to go fat. Do you know what I mean? And we're just a little bit like, we don't know what to do with him. I'd like to try and find a nice home for him, and obviously probably get less than what we would fat price, but I don't know whether or not we can do that. I don't know, honestly. Who's this snazzy little man? The cows. I bet it was you, wasn't it? I bet it was you. Turn the lights on. They just like to run up our electricity bills. Is Chaz's half sister. I've just been feeding pet lambs and one's run away. Where are you at? Come on, man. Hey. Listen, this is not incoming. What are you doing? Oh, right in the face. You're naughty. One night of rain. That is a mess. So I've just kicked out from underneath all the gaps. Obviously this is not ideal, but it needs must. I'm leaving that there because actually it's less slippery on the floor when they've got something to grip on. It's just dry muck, there's nothing. So I've gone to bed on top of it. It literally is just... So where we TB tested, we wrote a list of cows that only had one tag. I think there was like 4, wasn't there? And you saw, I opened the shearwell thing yesterday and showed you the replacement tags. There was 4 or 5. This cow was due to go on Monday morning, and since we TB tested, she's managed to pull another tag out.
Let's pick this bale net up.
So she is going nowhere. She's had a replacement tag put in, but she needs 2, so I'll have to order another one. I found this tag the other day on the floor. Here, mate, who's this? 200,431. Chaz. Found Chaz's tag on the floor. Yeah. So this is Chaz's, one half of Chaz's tag. So what happens is the plastic just gets a bit crappy, or they catch it on something and they just pull it out, and then the little button that it's attached to can actually like pull through the ear. So yeah, we've actually got another replacement tag for Chaz in the office. I knew Void knew who it was. Void's really good with numbers. I'm definitely not good with numbers. Void's just come out with this and said, look, there's his new one to go in. They just pull them out. It just is how it is. So if you did not know, rules on tagging are, if you're a dairy farm, you literally need to bang a tag in it as soon as it's born. I think it's like 24 hours, 36 hours, that kind of thing. Dairy farmers are slightly different. Beef farmers have 20 days. I think it's 20 days to put a tag in the calf, and there need to be 2 tags. There's a primary tag, which is one of these. It's big, it's yellow, it's readable from a distance. The other one can be slightly smaller, or it can be the same size and contain management information. Some people put names on them, stuff like that, or who its mum is, that kind of thing. If you notice one's missing, you need to get it replaced, and you cannot sell them without both tags. Hence why that animal that was due to go to auction on Monday morning is now not going to auction on Monday morning until we've got another tag to put in her ear. Such is farming. She's a really naughty cow anyway. She jumps fences, doesn't she? So 4:45 Saturday night, we're on the internet. There is the animal's number, 400,377. That is our UK number. So basically that's our number that we keep all the time. Can you see where I'm pointing? That top one is our holding number. For sheep, it's just got a 0 in front of it because there's obviously a lot more sheep. And this here, this big number is each animal's identity number. Corresponds with how many animals you have had born on the farm. The tags changed a long time back. It used to be UKWG something. I've not seen them, but I've found various odd tags in fields with that on. I think since Big Roy started with this holding number, we've probably registered about 700 calves to it. It's quite a lot when you think about it. I quite fancy one of them. Have you seen the necklaces with the tags on and you can have your holding number put on it? I quite fancy one of them. I'm going to have a look and see on the internet if I can find one. So yeah, there we are. Literally getting on the internet, ordering a new tag, and as soon as that comes, I'll bang it in that cow and she can then go to auction. These guys are loving us at the minute because we're literally like ordering a load of tags, ordering a load of sheep tags. Everything just seems to be tag. I suppose new things are being born, so it is going to be like that, isn't it? This is what we would, well, it's called a button tag, but it's what we put in sheep that are due to go, basically. It's just got a button on this side that it goes into. These are the sheep tags that we use. There's big packs of them somewhere. Yeah, they're over there. They have little, what they call, not IEDs, is that not a bomb? EIDs. Electronic data something. Anyway, they've got little microchips in and you can read them with the wands at the auction. They're little pig tags. How I've managed to find these, I do not know. They're small cattle tags. We use them in one ear and we use large cattle tags in the other. Yeah, I hope that was a fun, informative video on tagging. Right guys, thanks for watching. I'm gonna go. I hope you like this video and I'll see you tomorrow.